Today we're going to talk about how to expand what you can see inside the customer summary. So what do we mean by the customer summary? Every time you have a customer open, you have this little summary here. It's throughout any of the views. To collapse, the summary right now is collapsed. To expand it, you can hit the expand symbol. Now that it's expanded, I can see the name, address, phone number, and the rest of the stuff. And I see my DBA, and I see my principal name, contact name rather. So the way we can add more is we can click this little gear here. Now I got to wait for the hand mark, not the arrow. So I click it, and there we go. Here's our groups of information, and here's what we already have out of this group. So this group here, the only thing is type of customer. Talk about it in a second. This row here controls that piece there. This controls the left side and this controls the right side. This is pretty much what the default is. Every agency might have a little bit different. So type of customer. I'm not going to add that, but I am going to scroll over here and say, if I don't subscribe to the CSR 24/7 service, I don't need that indicator there because I only have 7 items I can put here and 15 on either one of these sides. So I'm going to hit the X there, and it takes it away and puts it back to where it belongs, general information. So I'm going to click the next section, customer name. So maybe I want the firm name. I got the DBA, or I got a name there. So I'm going to add that firm name. Now, where do I want that? I want the firm name to be up in here. So I'm going to put it over here. Likewise, if I don't want the sticky note indicator, I can take it away. I happen to like that one. Address is not much to add. I have the city, state, and zip already, so I'm not going to add those. Customer contacts. Now I can show up to 3 contacts here. So I'm going to go ahead and select both of those by holding my control or shift key down. They both do this. Well, in this case, there's only 2, so they'll both do the same thing. Service groups. Maybe I'm using service groups or I have brokers involved. Maybe I want that broker there. So I'll put the broker in. I'll put him right there. Put it right there. Those are the other fields that are available for the other sides if you're using those groups. Then additional details. I'm going to pull the additional details in, and I'm going to tell it that I want to pull the extra 2 cross-references in. Cross-reference 2, cross-reference 3. I'm going to drop it down. Whoops, I put it in the wrong spot, so I can move these things around just by grabbing them. And once I have it in there, that's pretty much it. It's a pretty short thing. I'm going to go ahead and hit save. And now I'm seeing all the information there. So see, I have test agency there. I have it here, Test Agency Incorporated. That's the corporation, matches up to that. One thing about the email addresses here, even though I can click on those email addresses and they will open an email, I do not want to open an email. I want them to do that in a different area. And the reason is that I want the email to automatically attach to an activity if that's what my system settings tell it to do. And to do that, I'm going to click the contacts down here. Or I'm going to click contacts or email icon anywhere inside some of the other workspaces. So let's demonstrate real quick. We're inside the policy view. Let's move over to submissions. It's still there. Invoices, it's still there. So again, all views display this. And if I leave it collapsed or expanded inside the customer, it'll remember that. So if I collapse it and go to those other views, it's collapsed there as well. Let's go back and talk about a few more of those fields. So up here in the customer information or general information, I did have, in the customer name section, I did have the firm name already displayed out here. So that's why I wouldn't add that. The other one I want to look at is the account service groups. Broker, that's again if you have a broker involved, and then the others if you have any other team members involved. Under additional details, the multiple entity type would be displayed if I have master and sub customers. Hopefully you know what that means. It's a whole different feature. If I am dealing with multiple divisions, I might want the divisions out there and I might want it in the summary header row. If I have multiple departments I'm dealing with, I might want to move the departments out. And again, department I would typically put in the top row here, which remember I only have 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I only got room for 2 more. So I don't want to take 2 things out. Customer number, I want that always there. Receivable balance for agency bill, I want those always there too. So sometimes you might have to move things to different sections. So like I said, I really want those up here, but sometimes you might have to move them. Type of business, that's another one I might want there. If I'm working in multiple customers, or if my agency has where we have a separate customer for commercial lines and a separate customer for benefits, I might want that type of customer there so I don't get mixed up with them. So just keep that in mind. Those are things you might want to move around and add. And most of the time, if I want to see it in general without having to expand the summary, I put it in this header row. That's where I really want my big information, the header row. Thank you for taking the time to watch this video. I hope you found it informative and useful. While you're here at my YouTube channel, be sure to click subscribe and make comments on any videos that you want. By hitting the subscribe button, anytime I post a new video, you'll get a notification of it automatically. And on the comments, please keep your comments appropriate to it, but you can also put in those comments other videos you'd like me to see you'd like to see me do. Thank you. If you found this video via my newsletter, please share that newsletter link with your coworkers and others in the industry that might use AMS 360 or ImageWrite and benefit from it. If you're not a member, go ahead and come to my webpage. That's ins-automation.com. At the top of every page on the right here, you see the newsletter sign up. If you click that, it'll take you to a page to allow you to sign up. Answer the information, and it'll sign you up, and you'll get the next issues going forward. If you need to get back to my YouTube channel, because there's other things there, you can click this link here on the home page. If you need to contact me, go to the contacts. It'll list a way to email me. Also, at the end of every page, or the bottom of every page, you'll see my email address and phone number. But on the contacts, you'll also see this little link here, book a session. That's a way you can go ahead and look at my calendar and find an opportunity to have a phone call, whether it be 15 minutes, 30 minutes, or longer. Note that those times are Pacific Coast times. If you are an Eastern or Central time zone agency and the times don't fit, just drop me an email with what time you want to meet. Usually the earliest I can be available easily is 9 o'clock Central time, so that'd be 10 o'clock Eastern time. Takes a little coordination. I have a dog, I got to make sure she gets walked. Otherwise, I can usually make those times. Just drop me an email and tell me what time you want to talk. Likewise, also resources for agency. Here's some resources for accounting resources, IT, and a couple other things that I've come across. You'll see my services, recent projects, and testimonials, all the usual things. Do note that if you're getting this to this web page and it looks different, I am about to release a WordPress version in the next couple of weeks, I hope. So it may look a little different, but the content's all the same. Thank you.